Yo, what's going on, MiddleGround? Welcome to episode 11.
11.
Today, we ain't got no guests. Today, we taking a little different approach. Doing a little setback, a little vibe, little me and Joel to you action.
The host.
I got a few dope things I want to talk about today. And we're going to see where that goes. Go down a few wormholes, because I love doing that. But Joel, you wanted to talk about fucking...
I feel like we need to talk about us. Because we haven't had... So... We took 2 months off, right? And we took 2 months off to like make some changes, make some growth, and we did. We made a little bit of our process easier, by getting storage. That's pretty much what we did. We wanted to do a little bit more, but it's gonna come in the future. You know what I'm saying? Things take time, but I want to talk about like how like our lives have been, and how our lives have like maybe changed a little bit. Like I started a new job involving investments. That's why I can't talk much about it. But I started a new job involving investments. I've been doing my exams. I've been studying hard. I've been tired as hell. And I started a new diet. It's called like Whole30. It's legit just for 30 days, just to get my body like not used to, but it's one, it teaches you discipline, right? And then two, it's to clear out your body from all of the preservatives and shit that we eat in our normal food. Like, and you guys would think, oh, you just like eat normal. Like, no, it's legit mad restrictive. If my like ingredient list has more than like 2 ingredients on it, I can't touch it.
Has it affected your mental health, like in a
Oh
beneficial
yeah,
way?
like bro, I don't get as much headaches. My brain and my head feels clear. I don't have as much fogginess. I don't get bloated as much. I don't
You feel like you have more energy?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I'm studying, I notice it from when I was studying. I'm not tired as much. My sleep is way better. I'm actually getting like full nights of sleep. I'm fully dreaming. Like I'm fully getting into REM mode and everything like that. And I knock out fast. Like it's not like me trying to toss and turn to go to bed. I knock out. Like once I lay on that bed, and if I'm tired, knocked out.
See,
I also
I need
overthink
to
less.
get on a diet. See, with me right now, it's difficult, man. I'm going through a lot personally. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but for anyone out there that's listening, might understand from what I'm about to say. You are not trapped. No matter what your situation is, no matter what you're doing in life, no matter how bad it seems, you are not trapped.
True.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to try new things. I'm looking into religion. I'm looking into counseling.
Too.
I'm sorry?
Spirituality. Like I've been trying to get better with that lately. It changes everything for you.
Yeah, man. I just want anyone out there that's watching this that feels like if they're trapped in any sort of situation in life, there's always a way out. There's always things that you can do. You got to keep pushing and move forward. And this is advice I like to come on here and tell you guys, because it's stuff I want to live by and look back on and be able to look at these videos like anybody else can and be like, man, I'm going through really something tough right now. I need to listen to something that's really gonna help me out.
It's true.
So, but I've been talking about like spirituality and stuff, and I wanted to do a little research while we were here actually, because I don't know too much about it, but I take everything with a grain of salt, and it's not something I think I'm gonna change my way of life about or anything like that, but it's something cool that I want to look into is angel numbers. I've been seeing. Do you have an angel number? Have you ever thought?
I think I know what you're talking about, and I think my angel number would be, because the only numbers I've ever pertained to God and to life is like 7 and 4.
7 and 4.
And honestly, then we were talking about it, because we were talking about it a little bit with my mom. I think I've seen a lot of the number like 7 or 4. Like everywhere I go, I do notice that those numbers, 777, the lucky numbers, and all of those are numbers that I've noticed more often, and I see a lot. And now I think about it too, a number I do see a lot too is like, I think 8.
8.
So 8, 7, and 4 would be the numbers I notice.
Mine is 333. Now I'm gonna go on Google here really quick.
That's my girl's favorite numbers.
333.
333 is everything. She has it tatted on her.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I want to actually look up meaning of 333. Meaning of 333 angel number. So here it says, the angel number 333 encourages to set plans into actions and let your personal strength be the guide. To trust yourself and put thought into your choices. I don't know.
makes sense. No, that makes sense. It's like telling you to kind of like be confident in yourself, trust
Go
in
with your
yourself.
gut.
Yeah, go with your gut, because your gut's telling you the truth.
Haven't we had a conversation about this actually, where it was like are the turtles fucking?
Bro, I don't know if they fuck, but they be doing the weirdest shit.
Fucking? I think they fucking.
But go on.
Yo, that threw me off.
He said it threw me for a loop.
Bro. Oh man. What's their names?
It's so I thought Regina was a boy, so it was originally Reggie. And then I think the other one's like I don't know what my brother named it.
We'll have to. They're off camera. They're off screen right here. Regina and Reggie.
Regina and Freddie, I think.
Freddie. You forgot your turtle's name.
Yeah, the other one's not my turtle. It's my brother's. I never named it.
Okay. Fucking. Yeah, we'll have to like show like sorry, I drew a blank.
It's okay.
We'll have to show like a little clip of them.
I have better clips than how the turtle tank looks right now.
Yeah. But alright, back to this angel number thing. This is kind of just saying that like I need to start going with my gut.
You said we had a conversation about it?
You know what's funny? Yeah. Like when we were at the quarry, the whole idea from that podcast, like it stems from that place, kind of like what like it reminds me of a little bit. And I'm actually thinking about writing a little book about it.
I know.
Because we were talking about it. I thought about writing a book. And what it resides in me. And I was looking over at that ledge. You have footage of that you can show them?
I do. I do.
Oh
yeah, I do have pictures too.
Here's pictures of that. Here's pictures of this.
So
to show you guys. But I don't know if you have a picture of it, but in this little cavern, I looked down and I saw like on a rock painted 333. And I was like, shit, I always see that number.
I don't know if I have a picture of that one. I might. I think I
Maybe.
do.
I think I do as well. If I do, I'll definitely throw it up right now. But like, it's kind of funny because it's like everybody has like that one number they always see, or like me, I've seen it on like gas price tanks on the signs, or like just anywhere, like prices and stuff. I've seen it in mad random spots.
It's true.
Fucking, it's kind of funny how that all works.
You know they also have like birth numbers too, right?
Birth numbers?
Like if you, I know people have probably seen this on TikTok. There's this dude who like talks about the different numbers of like the dates you were born and stuff, and like what they mean.
Look at this. You said the number 8, right?
Yeah.
Angel number 8 is a symbol of financial or material success. But can also it says but there can also be a sign of inner balance, positive changes in your personal life, and the power of infinite possibility.
Oh shit.
That's kind of what you're doing right now.
It's
You
true.
kind of you had to diet out a little bit, right?
Yep.
And get through that, and now that you just told me that it's kind of helping you with discipline a little bit.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, when I mean by discipline, because this is gonna sound funny. A lot of people will understand if they've been through it, but I think I have like a food addiction, right? Because I've tried to lose weight for the last 2-3 years, and I've had success losing it. I originally was at like 280. No. It's like 260. I lost like 30 pounds. Then I went back up to 260. Then I lost 60 pounds. And then recently I didn't let myself get that bad, but I've gained like 10, 15 pounds again. And like I've been going back and forth. I've been very steady and I'll get off. Very steady and I get off. And this whole 30 is putting me through trials. The second day of my whole 30, I went to an aquarium with my friends. We went to Mystic Pizza. And I kid you not, I had 2 choices. I either ate nothing or I sat there and ate pizza with them. I chose not to eat anything. I was there for a half hour. I watched everybody eat pizza in front of me. You know how hard that fucking was to sit there and watch everybody.
Hard, bro.
Bro, like I didn't fold. And then on my girl's birthday the other day, we was at Applebee's and I got a burger. Right, first off, I went so hard looking because I can't have certain things in it. I went onto their website, I found their allergies, everything was. I looked at the ingredients of what was in the beef patty itself, and I legit just got a burger, tomato, lettuce, and jalapenos on it, with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's all I fucking did because I don't want to fold. Like I don't want to give up. I've given up so many times. And like I'm really like good, right? You can ask anybody from the outside world would look at me and be like, yo, you know, Joel, you're very disciplined, very this. To me, I don't consider myself disciplined because I feel like I fold a lot. And I know I'm being hard on myself. And today I did pat myself in the back. I told myself I'm 22. I got a great job. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? We're starting a podcast. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm doing more than other people can. But like I know myself and I know I could be better. So like this dieting, it's disciplining me. The job I'm doing where I'm studying for these exams, like it's disciplining me because I'm sitting there for 8 hours a day looking at a fucking computer reading the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I'm doing good at it. And it's like I'm finally like starting to feel. And you know what got me to think about this more? Someone said like it was like a video talking about imposter syndrome. Do you know what that is?
I've never heard of it. No. What is it called?
Imposter syndrome. It's almost like when your life is changing and you don't feel like you are who you are anymore. You kind of lose yourself in a sense, and you feel like you're living you feel like you're living in someone else's life. And I noticed, I think I started to have that, where like I felt like I was stuck in wanderlust, bro. Like I was thinking about when we were younger, I was thinking about in the future, but I was never thinking about now and how I'm doing now.
You gotta think about now. You can't worry about the future. You gotta...
Exactly, and I was thinking about being in the past. I was thinking I miss being young, I miss being this, I miss being that, because my life didn't feel like mine anymore. For the last like 2-3 months, I'm not gonna lie to you. Matter of fact, the last year, because it's been changing fast. It's been changing good, but like, I was still wanderlusting. Have you looked it up? Does it say the definition?
So I actually looked up. Yeah, I looked up the definition. The definition of imposterism is, it's also known as like an imposter phenomenon or imposterism. It's a psychological occurrence in which people doubt their skills, talents, or accomplishments, and they have persistent initialized fear of being exposed as frauds.
Yep, it's true.
So, but like, I kind of know what this is stemming from, and I've kind of dealt with this a little bit too. But it's kind of, you gotta allow. I feel like you gotta allow yourself to. Sometimes people don't allow themselves to be who they want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not that like it's like, oh, I feel like a fraud because this isn't who I am. No, this is who you want to be. You know, there's differences. It depends. It's like if you're trying to do something positive, that something is something that maybe wasn't something that you did, or something that wasn't really part of your personality.
Yeah.
But now it's something that it's like, I like this because it's positive. I want to keep moving forward with this energy. Who or what on this planet is to tell you otherwise? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it could also stem from your environment. That's me right now. A big thing for me right now is I want to change my environment.
Yep.
And because it's funny you brought this up, because it's like sometimes other people's anxieties or fears can maybe like project onto not necessarily onto other people, but like if somebody's in the same living space or they're in the same like environment together,
yep,
and they're both dealing with their own separate things, yep, of course they're gonna clash. You have two waves going at each other. They're gonna
well, you've heard me say this before. Your diet isn't just what you eat, but it's what you like. It's what you absorb,
consume,
right? Yeah. So like, if you're constantly watching, like I watch anime, so sometimes that might make me feel because I want to be a fucking superhero, bro. How do you watch anime and not want to be like super powerful and feel like you're the main character of your own life, right? It's the same shit. So think about it, and then like in your own life, you're consuming that. I'm constantly consuming that, right? That's all I watch. So sometimes to me, I sometimes get in this main character like energy mode where I feel like I'm the best in the world, and like I have to change the world, right? Because this is all it is about. If you think about it, the main character is literally changing the environment of other people's lives, and that's not real, right? Like, I know it's not real, but sometimes I feel like I want it to be real. And like for you or for me too, your environment, you absorb it in, right? If
you know what it is? I do the same. I do the same shit.
You're watching Walking Dead.
I kind of realized when I was watching, like, I kind of really sat back and I was like, I like a lot of shit to do with like zombies or like an apocalypse or the end of times,
yep,
or anything. And I kind of realized, I stemmed it down. I really like studied it and like critiqued it. And I really thought, I was like, maybe I like stuff like this so much is because these characters were put. It's not necessarily who I want to be. It's I can relate to who these people are in a sense. It's like in the zombie apocalypse, what happens? It's a way of life. It's a change of life. They've had to change drastically the things they have to do, the way they live, everything. And man, just like I kind of related to that because it's like being like 7 years old in that hospital, not knowing why I have to stick needles into my fingers or take shots every time I eat a meal. Being 7 years old, not understanding that, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now that I'm older and I've kind of mastered these skills and I'm honing these skills more, and it's been a battle and it's a struggle and it's affected me more than physically. It definitely affected me mentally, but like now that I'm learning to like try to overcome that mental as well, it's kind of really truly like it shows me, it provides me like a sense of like, nah, this is really how strong you are.
Yeah.
You had to, at 7 years old, had to change a way of life completely from the normal life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that's why I related to these shows so much.
Actually,
because it's funny to bring that up.
Going off what you said too, going deeper in how you said it, now I'm thinking about it too with anime, usually that character starts off as like the weakest one.
Mm-hmm.
But they have something special about them. And it makes them fight to be stronger. And you know my whole thing, bro. I've always like, I'm gonna sound cocky when I say this, I've always tempted to be better than other people because of my vision. Right? I've always felt weaker than others, so I've always tried to be better than other people in whatever category it's in, right? If I'm
competitiveness.
Competitiveness
is not an unhealthy thing.
It's not, but I've always been unhealthily competitive. Like, I may not say it, and I humble myself a lot of times. Because you know me, I don't really like. In our own personal area, sometimes I will show my conceitedness, and I'll even state it. I'll even say it before I do it. I'm like, I'm about to say something really conceited or really cocky, and then I'll say it. But like. In animes, those characters are known to be the weakest, or there's something wrong with them, right? If you watch fucking My Hero Academia, Deku, his whole thing is everyone's in the world, they all have superpowers. He was born without one. Only one, born without one. But then he gets like, okay. Then he gets like the superpower to like be the better than everyone. He gets the best superpower in the world. And he slowly gains it. He's still weak, right? So he slowly builds his body, slowly gets stronger, slowly becomes better than everyone around him. I feel the same way. Like sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I feel like I started off weak because of my vision, because of my disability, because I can't see. I have something wrong with me, and I want to be better than other people, and I'm slowly gaining my powers, right? I'm gaining my knowledge. I'm gaining my intelligence. My biggest superpower to myself personally is my intelligence, right? I think I'm a very intelligent person. And I'm gaining my powers, and that's how I relate to it. I feel weak, so I fight to get strong. You know what I mean? And I fight to be stronger than others.
It's kind of like...
It's so interesting.
I agree with that. It's just, I feel like I deal with the same shit in the sense of like, do you ever feel like sometimes like you were handed this and you didn't even get given a fair chance?
No, I always feel like that. I feel like I was just dealt
I
this
felt like that
hard
for a long
choice.
time, and I'm kind of mastering right now to realize like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got handed a short end of a stick. You didn't get a chance. Now it's time to work around that and now be able to hone what you have and stop looking at it as a disability and look at it as something is okay. Let's try to be able to do as much possible ability-wise to the maximum percent with what you have. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's honestly quite. I consider it now as a privilege.
It is, because what I always just tell people too is like, God might have taken away my sight, but He gave me vision. And what I mean by that is like, I'm legally blind. Like, I say that shit all the time. I know you're gonna hear me say it all the time. It's a part of who I am, so I'm have to speak it. But vision as in intelligence. Like, I'm smart. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say it sound like I told him, I sound cocky when I say this, but I'm very smart, and I know I'm smart, and I know that like I strive. I love learning things. That's what makes me smart, right? I'm not just inherently smart. I'm smart because I constantly absorb in information, and I know how to spit it out. And I learn to understand the building parts of that information, right? You tell me that the color is red, right? I want to know how to get red. White plus whatever. I don't know how to fucking.
You want the little details.
But yes, I learn the little details so that I can explain it to people like a baby, and that's what makes me smarter than other people, because I understand the background before that detail. And I also look at, like I said, when I learn the little details, I explain this to somebody, right? Because you see me when I'm on the computer screen. Normal people with their sight, they look at the whole screen first. I look at the little parts of the screen. I'll break it up, and then I take a step back, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what I got. I can't absorb information from looking at the entire thing. I have to look at all the pieces that build up that thing, and then I'm able to come back to it and be like, I see the image now, because I can't see it. I have to be close before I can look far. And like, it's the same thing with you, right? God may have made it harder for you to survive, but He taught you how to survive in a harder environment. So like with zombies,
well, all we've done is learned how to fucking take our disabilities and make them abilities. Yep. That's the thing that people don't realize, is a lot of things that are disabilities or diseases. No, some of them can be advantages. Like I just learned the other day, there's another, I forget his name, and if you ever seem to watch this or anything, there's a gymnast out there, and he's also a type 1 diabetic. I think his name's Nick. He was actually explaining the actual like advantage there is to like being in the gym as a type 1 diabetic with insulin, how we can control our insulin levels. So I can eat and I can precisely be like, okay, I want my insulin at this exact moment, right? I could put it in before I eat. That gives me such a huge advantage in the gym. It's
because
like,
you absorb the sugars, making your muscles bigger, your muscle fibers stronger.
It's either I don't control my disability and it destroys me, or I can hone it and I can have one of the greatest fucking power. It's literally a power. It's a power.
Yep.
That's kind of why it's like, it's almost like, I hate to say it, but like, having it is a privilege. It like, it sucks. It fucking sucks sometimes. It is not easy. It is, sometimes you get bitter, you get rotten, evil, and you get frustrated because of these things. And it's like, sometimes it's hard to even care about normal things in life when you have a disability. But it's like, when you learn to just take that deep breath, and take that time to really give yourself that time. That's what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm stepping back from a lot of the things that I do want to do. Not to say that I'm never going to come back to them, but I'm taking all my pieces and I'm building my house together.
Yep.
Taking all my pieces and putting them into one spot.
Yes, sir. Privileges come with disadvantages.
Everything does.
It does. Because you can't have one without the other. It's a transaction. That's how I look at life. It's always a transaction.
I tried to explain something with a friend of mine. He got very agitated that I said this, but I said that more money is going to literally give you bigger issues because you're going to have more responsibility.
More money, more problems.
But we got into an argument that, like, no, it isn't, da-da-da-da, like, you don't know what it's like, da-da-da-da-da. It's, like, you don't know what it's like to struggle, but which is fine. You know, I didn't live on the streets. I didn't have to do any of that. I've been very privileged to not be able to do that.
Pisses me off.
But if I'm going to be able to respect myself and take care of my things and improve my things, it isn't going to get easier. No, it's going to get difficult. It's going to get harder.
You know what's not fair though? No, that pisses me off because you don't ever compare your trauma, right? My life may look easier to you, but you don't know what it's like to live my life until you're in my shoes. It's just
I never really thought about it like that. That's true.
You don't compare trauma. At the end of the day, Ryan, if you have pain, it's still pain. The definition doesn't change.
Yeah.
That's why I hate when people look at people who seem to have more fortunate and they forget that life is a transaction, right? I can't just give you this without taking something from you, right? God will never give you something without taking something from you. It's a transaction. Whether God's giving you knowledge and he's taking away, it could be that he's taking away your friends, right, to gain knowledge. It could be that God's taking away money for you to gain knowledge. Like, there's no way for you to live life and move forward and have trauma without losing something. You can't live life without trauma, right? If you're rich, your trauma is you have nobody around you. You're alone. You're lonely. You don't know who to trust. Your heart is constantly broken. That's why
people become bitter.
You become a robot. You become bitter. You become numb. And people look at you as if you're supposed to owe them something when you have nothing to give them, right?
But like, I hold nothing against these people too, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's not fair though to compare their trauma because they don't know what it's like being diabetic. They don't know what it's like constantly checking your sugar. When all you did was eat a piece of candy like all your friends were doing around you, and now you feel like complete shit. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like for me to be blind. They may say, oh, you have money, you have this. I worked for my shit. But they don't know what it's like being blind, and yeah, you have all this money, but I can't go anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I've always tried to...
That's not fucking fair.
I've always tried to keep it... Because, I don't know, for me personally, I hate when people they'll never try to mean any harm or but they'll ask me questions, and it's like they'll ask me dumb questions. It's almost like,
can you see this?
Yeah.
Yo, nobody does anymore. I fucking hated it.
So you can't eat this? Can you eat this? Can you eat it? Like, I find it very immature, very ignorant, and very stupid. But at the same time, they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I were to go into chemistry class in day one and not ask any questions at all. You know what I'm saying? So I understand people, and people don't even do it in like hurt, but they don't know.
They don't know
what we've had to do or had to feel, which is But that's everybody. I've come to realize that's everybody with everybody's issues.
That's
Everybody
why you don't compare pain.
You don't poke the bear. Everybody has a bear, inner bear. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you don't compare trauma. So whoever told you that, next time make that obvious. Like, hey, don't compare a trauma. You don't know what the fuck I went through to get to this point. And I don't know what the fuck you went through to get to this point. You may tell me, but I will never understand it. And you may never understand what I've been through. So don't compare trauma. Me and my girlfriend, that's been a thing with me and my girlfriend. When we first started, we both went through trauma, right? My father was deported, you know what I'm saying? I had my dad in my life for up till I was 13, but then I had to take over shit, right? She went through her own shit. I'm not gonna state her shit because it's not my business to state. She went through her own shit. And some people may look at my life like it's harder, and some people may look at her life like it's harder. But at the end of the day, it's still trauma. It's still trauma. It's still pain. You still feel depressed, right? You still feel alone. You still feel sad. You still feel those three same pains, and the definition does not change. It does not change. Just because something makes it seem, just because someone can hide it at face value, we all wear masks, right? On Halloween, our costumes are different, but at the end of the day, we're still human on the inside. So don't compare trauma.
Yeah.
That's
it's
horrible.
Not fair. Because I have to admit, as soon as they said all these things, it kind of like...
It hurt.
It did hurt a little bit. It made me feel like my problems weren't important. Which is not the case. You know what I'm saying? So and vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could have the littlest problem in the world, and to me, I could, like, inside laugh at that problem. But at the end of the day, you know,
you don't judge it.
Feelings are feelings, you know?
Yeah. And
like,
you know what?
Pain feels the same.
It does.
We all can agree that pain feels like...
It does.
It doesn't matter if it's... You got in a car wreck, or you just lost somebody. You know what I'm saying? Pain is pain, and there's just levels of it, and it's not fair to compare it.
It's not. And you know what too? Like, that's just sad that your friend would do that to you, especially if they go through it themselves. Because it's how dare you do that? It's how dare you? Because that's disrespectful in my eyes. I'm sorry. I don't know who it was, but it pisses me off because it's disrespectful of someone to compare their trauma to yours and then undermine that you had feelings at the end of the day. And and I've learned this from having a girlfriend. I won't lie to you, 3 years ago I would not have known this until I had a girlfriend. And we taught each other that we are in pain. What I say to people too is like this, right? You know, some people say I'm sorry after they do something, but you still feel away, right? You stubbed your toe. You ever stub your toe? You stub your toe, it's over with, but it still hurt. It lingers. It doesn't matter. You can say sorry, and I can accept your apology, but pain still lingers. I still stubbed my toe. It still fucking hurts.
Pain got its own...
It's
got its own mind. Pain has its own mind.
Bro, you can't compare... Yo, that's fucked up. So whoever told you that, I'm gonna be real with you, like... You know what, too? This is what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. If you feel like your trauma was worse than someone, or vice versa, and you feel like you can't acknowledge that person's feelings, then you shouldn't be involved with that person. Be it friends, be it family, be it girlfriend, boyfriend. At the end of the day, if you can't respect what I've gone through, then why should I be your friend? Because...
Doesn't mean that we can't share traumas, though.
No, yeah, you can't. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Ryan, we all live in our own worlds.
Yeah.
We all live in our own... Ryan, you hear me say this all the fucking time. You can see the sky blue, but I can't see the same blue as you. I can't see the same blue as you, meaning, like, mentally I'm in my own world. Right, I can tell you something. There is adherent definitions for everything that we've all agreed upon, but we all still look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? When you read out a dictionary and you look at a word in a dictionary, there is a definition there, but we all understand that definition differently. Even though it's written one way, we still all understand differently because we're all in our own brains and we'll never understand it completely. We can understand it 99%, but that's why all humans aren't made the same. That's why we're 99.9% different, because we're all unique in our own ways. We all think differently. We all have our own different problems. There are certain definitions that will never change.
I love that about the world.
That's how I look at things. That's why I don't compare my trauma. That's why, have you never noticed, me and you have never compared each other and said that my blindness is worse than yours? Or you say your diabetes is worse than yours.
That's why I think we always gotten along so well, because we have two different different things. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we've always said, oh, we know what it feels like just because of the sole fact that it's just different. That's the only thing that we can agree on, is that things are different.
But we'll never I would never understand what it'd be like different. I can know, you can tell me everything. But I'll never understand.
Exactly, for me, that's why, going back to what I was saying, is like if we're at a restaurant or something, me and you together, I've always tried to make it as natural as possible. Like for you, it's like, oh, like it's like I've known times where it's like he cannot see this menu, and it's like I naturally want to make it naturally as possible. Be like, all right, let me just take a photo, let me help him out, you know, because it's instead of you being like, can you see that? Can you see it? That's fucking annoying.
And I do the same thing. Like when we're
like
out and about, and I see you, and I'm like, Ryan, have you like checked your?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a natural thing, and it's honestly crazy because it's like it's a beautiful thing.
It's true.
It's a crazy thing.
It's true. And I think am I the only person though who like actually asks you if you check your sugar out of all your friends?
I mean, besides my parents, but like, yeah, because it's like you're the only, like, I don't know, and like once again, not to compare traumas, but like you're the only one I've been able to level head with that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's because we both have a disadvantage that like we feel trapped. Like I said, like I can't just get in a car and drive, right? I hate when people like, I hate driving. You take it for fucking granted, because I can't drive. No matter how much money I can afford to get lifts back and forth, I still have to learn to afford it, right? I still have to try to make the money to afford it. I still either have to find that ride and wait for that transportation. What if it's not available? Then I gotta go on the bus. Then I gotta get a bus. Like, it's so much more complicated for me to go from point A to point B. It's not just hop in the car, drive. It's find a person, find a ride. I have to be around people. I can't just go by myself. That's sickening. And with you, you're trapped in a sense that if something happens, what if you have a sugar attack? What if you don't have enough of this? What if you don't have enough of that?
It's crazy. I love how I started this episode too. These are all concepts that we can all learn and master.
Yeah. And they're all what ifs. They're not inherently like
they're just
end all be all.
Yeah.
But
they're all things we have to keep concerned. But they're all things that aren't gonna destroy us. They're not gonna defeat us.
Yeah. We just have to keep it in consideration.
And yeah, sure, it gets tough, but you know, out of everybody, it's something that it's a way of life. It's just a way of life, but doesn't mean that we're trapped at all.
No,
that's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
There's just other things that we have to do.
There's more steps to our story.
What am I hearing?
I think we're Warner Brothers.
Am I hearing that from the audio of the mic? Can we shut this door? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can shut it.
Alright, we're going to take a quick intermission. Guys, this is just crazy. We're back. Sorry. Quick little thing. Just a quick little audio issue, no worries. Holy shit, what an episode this has been. See, yeah. I'm glad I did this, because I told him, I was like, listen, I love bringing people on, and I love hearing people's stories, and I love hearing people's backgrounds. But it's yeah, man, this is really, what are they doing? Sorry, the turtles are doing
Guys, fucking turtles.
I never get to see turtles. But man, I just it all comes down to about like taming your demons, man. Just
yeah,
honing your own.
Yeah. And that's why you gotta work on spirituality. Yeah,
acceptance.
It's acceptance and understanding. Stop looking at life from a square point of view and look at it from a circle. Because in a circle, there's no edges, right? That means there's nowhere for it to stop and go again. It's a circle. It's always gonna be different, no matter what. It's round. There's no stopping to the possibilities of what life can bring. You know what I'm saying? There's amputees. There's like a cat. Like, their life is completely different from ours. If you think about it, their world is this house.
Yeah, they know nothing about this house.
They know nothing. And we compare our being trapped. They don't, like, have any way out. They don't have any way to speak for their life. It's funny, because it's like, I always do this with my dogs, too, and I never even realized how much of a bigger scale it is. It's like I look at my dogs and be like, oh, you have it so easy. How do I know that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know their feelings or their... Don't compare your trauma.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's just the world. You know what I'm learning? The world got a funny sense of humor, bro. The world got a funny sense of humor.
It does. It throws loops. Everything's
a test.
You know what I noticed, bro? Joe, I'm getting so sick and tired of this. This is completely off topic, but it's kind of on topic. TikTok, right? My TikTok is full of motivational shit. Cause that's just, I don't know what the fuck happened to my TikTok. It used to be full of ass. Now it's motivational shit. But I'm scrolling through TikTok now, right? And I see every single person, and you're gonna notice this. We did it in this video because we have different ways of looking at shit. But every single person has a different interpretation of the same thing, and like they try to sound so like I seen a meme about it. It's like podcasters and entrepreneurs. They all have some deep way of like living life. Like, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I do this. I do this. You can't live life unless you do it this way. Here's 3 hacks to live your life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching like my TikToks. I'm actually kind of getting sick and tired of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like everybody is overcomplicating life.
Not to say other podcasters don't give good advice. A lot of them do.
They mostly do.
Most do. Like a lot of the stuff I see on TikTok, I had to step away from a lot of that actually. It's funny you brought that up.
I started scrolling.
I needed to.
I was like,
I needed to answer my own questions. I needed to figure out my own things that I had to accept and I had to master as skills. You know what I'm saying? Like there's strategies I've learned like the 21 days and 7 days thing, where it's like people have 3 days and one they'll split it up from like 11 to 5.
I wake up and I do my shit.
That's what I'm saying. But like it comes down to each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
It's all advice. I would never. I don't know. I don't think I could ever come on here and be like, listen, this is gonna help you. Do this, this, and this. I can never do that, bro. Because I know people that have sat and listened to all these people. Like listen to Andrew Tate, listen to all these people, and like they're in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take everything with a grain of salt. You gotta be that. You gotta be in your own head. You gotta be that motivational thing that you see on TikTok. You gotta be your own For You page. You know what I'm saying?
It's
you
true.
gotta be able to be like, oh well, I don't know if I really like this anymore in my life. Is this healthy for me or not?
You know what people are doing now? So remember how we talked about this before, where people like see other people's lives and they're like, oh, I want that, the Bugatti, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
People are doing that with motivational speakers too. They take those people's words. I know because I was doing it. They take their words into account and they try to live that life that motivational speaker created around that word. Like,
and that's a very bad thing to do.
It's a very bad thing to do because some people are too strict and they don't realize like there's other ways to live life. Like us going on that hike the other day, which we're gonna have a video put out soon. We'll make a little like thing. It's gonna be a fun.
Can we drop a little snippet right now?
Yeah, I can drop a little snippet.
All right. Here's this.
But it's like there's so much like more to like life than like trying to be a millionaire or a billionaire or like I always say this, like my mom is a pride example of it. My mom doesn't make a lot of money, but she makes a lot of her life. You know what I'm saying by that? Like my mom goes on trips.
Because money's not life.
It's not life.
Money
she goes on
paper.
trips. She wants to go all these different places, and she does. But she doesn't make a lot of money. My mom lives a super simple life, but she lives it to her fullest. She gets all the sneakers she wants. She gets, like, if you seen my mom, you would think, yo, she's balling. She's fucking balling. Nah, she's just living her life to the fullest with what she can. Because she's not, my mom even said it to my girl. Because, like, you don't need to be the next best thing to have the best life. Like, your life can be as simple as you want it. You could wake up, go to your 9 to 5, because everyone's about, oh, you gotta be an entrepreneur, you gotta make this much money. If you're not making 10K a month, you're not doing it right. Now, fuck that. Bro, like, if your life is as simple as I wake up in the morning, I go to work, after work I hang out with my friends, I go walk my dog, and I enjoy my life for what it is, it's that simple.
Life,
keep it at that. It's not complicating it.
I feel like life is like, it's not about, like, people always think, like, all this a lot of people, I think, go into this motivational shit with the want of, like, financial freedom. But no, it's not financial freedom you need to worry about. It's peace of mind, not freedom.
Yep.
You could be, I know, like, there's people on the streets that I see that go by that are, like, laughing, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, like, for me, it's like, all right, sure. I love to do this podcast, right? In order to get better equipment to make better content for you guys, I need money to do that.
Yep.
I'm always thinking about money. But I don't care about the money. I care about my passion. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's currency at the end of the day.
Yep.
It's one of the things, yes, you need to worry about. You need, not necessarily worry about, but you need to do it. It's the way the world works. You need to make money. but it's not your purpose. Your
Not
purpose,
your purpose
is not to make money. I don't care who you are or what you do. I mean, who am I to judge? I guess if that really is what you want to do, fine. But I truly, genuinely believe that your purpose is on this planet is not to make money. Because if my sole purpose was to do a podcast and stream was, because I want to have money from it, then I'm not going to get anywhere with it.
Sure.
It's not going to go anywhere. It's my goals are I want to be able to talk to as many people as possible. I want to be able to go out there and see the world and be able to talk to as many people as I can and learn as many things as you want. It's kind of funny. I got a Tinder bio, and my Tinder bio is, if you come up with me, I refuse to not see the world. So
it's
that's
simply put too. It's like what I used to say too. Like where people are like, health. I say health is wealth, right? I would rather choose to be healthy than to be wealthy. Meaning healthy with mental health, physical health, friendship, because all that shit it brings wealth, bro. If you're happy, you're more likely to be better at your job and make more money. You know what I'm saying? You will find a better life to live because you're happier. What I wanted to show you, I was watching an anime. I was watching One Piece, and everything. A lot of my life stems from anime. I'm not gonna lie, I love anime. So I was watching One Piece, and it was a poor country, and Zoro, he's like one of these swordsmen. He went to the country, and they're all laughing, having a good time. And the country's extremely poor. When they drink the water, they're so hungry that they drink water to fill their belly, so they don't feel hungry anymore. But they're smiling, they're laughing, right? And the quote was this. It said, "There's no use in crying if you ain't dying. Life is lousy. Laugh it off." Now it's kind of like, it's simply deep. Like, there's no use in crying if you're not dying.
Yeah.
Life is lousy. Laugh it off. Like, it's not gonna be the fucking best thing ever. Just laugh it off. Live a little.
There's gonna be things in life that you can't help say or do.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that you can help say and do is how you approach those things. You know, if you want to stay in that negative mindset and you want to be a negative person and you want to let everything just bring you to the ground, then it's gonna do exactly that.
Yep.
It's you gotta take some punches. You know, you gotta do some stuff that you don't want to do, and that's something I'm still even struggling with, for sure.
Yep.
And I think that's something everybody still struggles with, honestly.
Yep.
There's
something really inappropriate that was gonna be funny, but go on.
It's what? What?
It's like when you beat your dick, right? At the end of it, you come, you feel good about yourself after you got
for
beat.
a few seconds, sure, but like.
Think about it.
And then it brings you an immense amount of shame.
It does, but you beat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You beat yourself down to bring yourself up. Think about it, right? You're gonna get a little energy afterwards. You get a little excited. You're happy, right?
You go up and down just to go up and down.
Or like when you're having sex, though, right? You're beating that shit up. Beating that shit up to get that ending surprise.
Oh, man.
Life is like sex.
Lust and stuff like that is something that, like,
So,
everybody deals with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's like something I think I haven't mastered, but I've definitely overcome that temptation. You know, it's kind of like I'm to the point where it's like I just want to find somebody and be able to do things with them and like be able to see the world. Like I said, like activities. You know what I'm saying? Sex is good. Sex is great. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
you know what that takes?
I don't know. There's people out here that let that shit destroy them.
No, you know what it is? It's not. People give up too easily. I'll say this, right? Me and my girl, we went through a lot of shit. We've changed a lot. You remember how we were when we first dated? We weren't horrible. We are not toxic compared to most people, but we have our own toxic ways. And
sure,
like
every relationship has
every
its own issues.
every single relationship will have it. It's just not giving up. Because you know what our problem with our generation is now? Everyone's like, you can do what you want, be who you want to be who you are, blah blah blah, and they forget that like they give up on who they are too much. That's why they change so much. That's why people are like, oh, I don't want to be a man anymore, I want to be a girl. They gave up on being a man because they either thought it was too hard or because they felt like it wasn't who they were. Sometimes it is who you are. They give up on doing that job doing a certain job. They give up on like trying to get the house they want. They give up on trying to lose weight. They give up so fucking much.
Because I think it's just what it is.
Yeah, exactly. They think that that's not who they are. They think they can't do it because it's not who they are. It's like, no, you can't do it because you gave up too fast.
Or they're worried about what everybody else has got to say.
Exactly.
Or they're comparing themselves to others.
Me and my girl didn't give up. We didn't give up. We just kept fighting.
You
Fight.
you are your own person.
Yes.
One thing I cannot stress enough is
stop giving up on yourself.
and everybody does it. It's almost like something that's like a thought process that's natural. Is like you compare yourself to other people. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that it's like there's a lot of things that like you gotta just let go, and really, it's gonna be the key to focusing on what you gotta get done. You can't compare yourself to other people that people have. That's why it's like the motivational stuff on TikTok.
It's true.
What time is it?
Wait, I want to make sure this is
Alright.
being recording. Sorry.
No, it's recording.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, good.
But we do gotta wrap up shortly. But that's why I like. It's like something like you can't compare yourself to other people, man. Because it's like especially like I was saying, the stuff on like the motivational stuff on TikTok. It's like sure, this is great advice, but like you're not me. You don't have my thought process. You know what I'm saying? It's not about looking like advice is great, but you need to start giving yourself some advice. You need to really think about what you're thinking about in the back of your head, whether it be insecurities or just if you're depressed and you're thinking sad thoughts or angry thoughts or even happy thoughts. You got to think about like, all right, you got to really sit back and think about your choices. We've been told this since we were kids. Think before you make a decision, or think before you say.
Think before you act.
It's something that is like truly like.
And it's not just for other people; it's for yourself.
It's for yourself.
You gotta be considerate of yourself.
Yeah, sure, your actions can affect other people, but like, as long as your actions are doing right by you, you're doing right by those people.
Yeah, because those people, be real with you, bro, I don't think anybody gives a fuck. So that's how I look at life. Like, I stopped, you know this, because remember when I was in high school, I switched schools and everything. I could have left all my friends. We're still friends. This is my best friend since middle school. I switched complete schools. We're still friends after that. But, like nobody gives a fuck. Like, at the end of the day, after a month of them leaving your life, they're already on their own fucking thing. Actually, after a day, once you guys cut ties or they leave your life, they're moving on to their own thing and they're gonna forget about you. They may have some times where they remember you, but they're gonna put you in the past and they're gonna put you in a locker. They most likely will never open that locker. They may even forget the lock, but they're gonna forget about you. So just fucking move on with your life. If they're not supposed to be there, then fuck it. They're not supposed to be there.
It goes more for people too. It goes for addiction, struggling. You know what I'm saying? It's like for me, like marijuana, where it was like, I stopped smoking it because it was like, I wasn't addicted to it. I was fine. But even though I wasn't addicted to it, I had to sit back and think like, okay, could I put this money towards something else? Could I do something more with my time? You know what I'm saying? Just because I wasn't addicted, even if you are, which is okay, there's things to get through things, but like, there's always more things you can do with your time. And being conscious of your surroundings and conscious of what you're doing is like a big thing. If your brain is telling you like, maybe I should be doing something else right now. Maybe I should. You might should. Not to say that you shouldn't. Yeah, no cap. Not to say you shouldn't enjoy some free time. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a balance. You know what I'm saying? There's times where it's like, okay, I worked my ass off all day. I got everything I wanted. I said I wanted to get done to its 100%. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna contently have some free time and do what I want to do.
Yep.
Which is something that is important. But if you notice that, okay, maybe I'm giving myself too much free time, or maybe these things that's like, people are like, oh, don't get too caught in your head or something. It's like, yes, that's right, but you need to hone what's in your head. You need to
listen to yourself,
overcome it, and really listen to what you're saying to yourself. Your body, your brain is naturally going to tell you what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, we have, like, some insecurities we have, we know it's like, you ever looked at, like, at an insecurity and it literally just makes you go, you know what I'm saying? It makes you do that feeling. Because you know deep down, it's fucking bullshit.
It is.
It's bullshit. It's like,
insecurity.
These are all things that we can work on.
Yeah, you can work on anything you want to. That's why, and a lot of people use the word work with job. Work doesn't just involve your job. Work involves anything you're putting yourself through that may be harder than normal. You know what I'm saying? So just work through it, push through it, and just move on with your life. Don't give up on yourself. Be considerate, and yeah.
Be considerate.
I think that's the end of episode 11.
What an episode. Episode 11. Guys, I got nothing to say.
Episode
Y'all have a good fucking day. I'm out of here.
Peace out.